Our final item, 10G, adopt an interim urgency ordinance regulating cultivation and prohibiting the manufacture, processing, laboratory testing, labeling, storing, wholesale, and retail distribution of non-medical marijuana pursuant to Government Code Section 65858A. Mark?
Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, this item is to adopt an interim ordinance that would only be effective if Proposition 64 passes. And if it does, this ordinance would be in effect for 45 days and then could be extended by the City Council twice for a total of up to 2 years. So what is the purpose of this ordinance? It's to provide the City Council, the public, and staff with an opportunity to study and evaluate the implications of Prop 64. And those include the following. First of all, outdoor cultivation. Would you want to allow, prohibit, or regulate it? Because Proposition 64 would otherwise allow it. Indoor cultivation of marijuana plants. Prop 64 otherwise allows indoor cultivation. It actually prohibits local cities from banning it, but it does allow them to regulate it. So you can set some regulations for indoor cultivation. Another decision that the staff and the public might want to weigh in on is whether to allow or not allow, or to regulate commercial sales and distribution of marijuana for non-medical uses. And you'll remember that the city already has an ordinance on the books that prohibits the distribution and sale of any medical marijuana within the city limits. So this would apply to non-medical uses. And then finally, it would allow the staff, City Council, and the public to look at and review the financial and public safety implications of sales in the city for commercial marijuana, especially in light of state regulation and taxation. So because this is an urgency ordinance, it does require a 4/5 vote, so that means 4 of you have to vote yes on it in order to adopt it. And the staff report and the ordinance does include findings that relate to public health, safety, and welfare, and those are all outlined for you in the staff report. If the ordinance is adopted tonight, then we'll be back before you within 45 days, so that means likely at the first and only meeting of December, to give you an update about whether Prop 64 did pass or not, and if so, what cities are doing if they figured it out by then. And then if not, probably recommending an extension of the moratorium so that way staff can come back to you at the beginning of the year to provide comprehensive public staff reports so everybody can provide input and get some direction about what the city would like to do. So that concludes my staff report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mark or action by the council?
Through the chair, I'd like to adopt an interim ordinance.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Rico Medina.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Marty Medina.
Aye.
Mayor Ruing.